Hi, this is Andy Gold again, and we're back with part 3. I expected it was going to be this long, but I did make quite a few slides. I did a lot of research on Inbox Blueprint for this review, so I could give you an honest and maybe my own opinion. Of course, it's always going to be my own opinion. I can't have someone else's opinion now, can I? I'm not going to start doing any of the silly things that I see other marketers doing by saying, Inbox Blueprint is a scam. Inbox Blueprint is a quality product. Even though I haven't got it in my hands to look at it yet, I know it's going to be a quality product because simply Anik Singal's made it and Jimmy Kim, which is the position I want to put myself in, that I don't want to be talking about anything, especially giving a review for a product that is not 100% a top quality product. So when and you see me, Andy Gold, saying this is good, you should buy it, I want you to say, well, I'm going to buy it because Andy Gold said so. That's what I want, and obviously I'll make money for that, and that's why I'm doing my work. I've actually put a lot of research into this, and as I've told you before in previous parts, I worked and studied under Anik Singal in PPC Classroom, so I know what quality and of the information he gives out and how he over delivers. You can go on some of his webinars, which are free webinars, if you keep your ears and your eyes open and you look around for them. And what I'll try and do is, if you also sign up to my email, which you'll jump through a little hoop for me if you would, because I've put all this work into these review videos. If you click my link, you'll go to my email list first, and then I'll send you an email and tell you a little bit more about Inbox Blueprint, and then you'll go to Anik Singal and you'll be able to buy be able to get his free book. He's got a free book for you, which tells you how about making money online and everything else, which is another freebie he's given you for signing up to his email list. But for signing up to my email list, I'm going to try and keep you updated with my endeavours with Inbox Blueprint, because I'm going to get it. And I wish I'd been on the beta testing program. I wish I'd been one of them 5 people there, because they're all making money, vast amounts of money, excellent surprises in things. Let me just find where I was in the slides, because I made quite a lot of slides, and I think the A to Z one you've already seen in the past video. If you haven't seen any of the past videos, go and look in the video description, and I'll put links to the other videos and the future videos, so that you can get to them at any one point you like, and also maybe put them all in a playlist. So you might be watching this in a playlist, which is pointless in me saying all of that anyway. I was telling you a little bit about my email marketing experience and stuff like that whilst I'm telling you about Inbox Blueprint. So I hope to be giving you lots of information about email marketing in general, which will also be of use to you when you come to buy Inbox Blueprint. Inbox Blueprint is tested and proven. Now let me just say that it's not just proven by Anik Singal. Email marketing has been around for many years, and whether he was one of the first people to be doing it, I don't know, but I know that lots of people have been doing it all over the world. And I know that email marketing is just the next step on from the old snail mail marketing. And there was, before the internet, I was studying email marketing. Well, not email marketing, I was studying marketing courses, which all they talked about all the time was building a mailing list. In the old days where we had snail mail. Now those things are still accurate and they still work. So I have a mailing list of people that I will occasionally mail out to. And especially, I sell products in the self-help and development through a company called Nightingale Conan. And if you go to one of my websites, say maybe like, I don't know if we're taking the pages down with websites make money, but I'll put some back up since I've mentioned them here. If you go back to websitesmakemoney.com and have a look, those hyphens between the words, by the way, websitesmakemoney.com, you'll see that I do some products. I have a Twitter called Self Talk for You Twitter group, and those type of things, giving self-talk statements and that to people. I've actually got to redo a lot of my Twitter groups and stuff like that, because the Google did the recent thing that they did, which was they decided to close down the feed burner thing or whatever it was, and it stopped everybody's auto feeds and things running. Anyway, all down to website automation and all that sort of stuff. A lot of my Twitter groups and websites and stuff at the moment are suffering from not having updated posts on them, just because I've still got to get round them all. And I tend to like to do most things myself when it comes to my own websites. Apart from I do have occasional writers writing for me, but I always like to read the articles as well. I'm much a stickler for wanting to know everything that goes on my website myself and being part of it. So Inbox Blueprint is an easy to follow ABC format course that's 100% newbie friendly. I think I've already mentioned that, and it's designed to maximise every student's chances of success. Now, I know that Anik Singal, in everything that he's ever done in the past, especially with PPC Classroom, if you're struggling away, he will assign either somebody who's doing a lot better at it than you are. Like, I was given a PPC assistant that I was working under, and he was working in doing over something like 100 grand a month, and he took me by the hand and showed me what I was doing wrong, and I opened up all my campaigns to him, and it helped me get my campaigns running properly when I was doing PPC Classroom. So just a second, I've got to go do something. I'll be back in a second. Right, that was a big break. You probably didn't notice it. If there was a big break, you only noticed it because I've said it. But I just want to point out that I'm a real person and I've got a life. Andy Gold, I've had 5 kids with my wife Michelle. Just to point out to you that you can run a business online and you can run a business offline, and you can have a big family, and like I have. 4 of my children have already grown up and flown the nest. Got one left home. He was knocking on the window. 13-year-old, my son Liam, and my wife's gone off making soup with a friend and left me in charge of the house. We've been shopping today, so I've been off and put the car away. So I'm too busy, I can't do this and I can't do that. If when you get Inbox Blueprint, because I take it you've stayed with us this long, that you're going to buy it, and you know it's going to be a good thing, and you know that it's going to make you money. In your business, whatever you do, whatever topic, whatever niche, whatever online, offline business you're doing, you need Inbox Blueprint, because you cannot say any business type, name, or anything to me. And perhaps unless you're doing something illegal like drug dealing or anything like that. But the point is that every single business that you're going to run, if you need to run it profitably, you will need Inbox Blueprint to teach you how to do email marketing the correct way. I think I'd already mentioned it's 100% newbie friendly, and that means they're going to be teaching you every single thing step by step. Anik Singal and Jimmy Kim tested Inbox Blueprint on those 5 students who had been trying to make it online for years, of course, as many people have. I've yet to hit that, golden goose on the head and find the golden eggs and all that like, but the thing is, I still do make quite a lot of money online, certainly more than if I was ever working for a living in a day job, which I call a day rob. Definition of a job, just over broke. You know all these things, you've heard them before. Each of those 5 students had profound results in less than 24 hours. I think on his marketing material he was saying one had results in 14 hours from starting with this. Now, we're not suggesting that you're going to do the same. Everybody's different. There is no push button software out there, so if you believe any of that hype, obviously you're living in a dream world. There's no push button stuff that makes you money. But for instance, with a video that I released yesterday, I've already had a few sign-ups on my email list, and I've already had somebody I've been talking to who contacted me via my website while I was on with my Blogging for Profit that I mentioned on my bloggingforprofit.co.uk site with hyphens between those words. That's blogging-for-profit.co.uk. And found me through a link from Websites Make Money and was talking to me and said, I've just been watching your video, blah blah. And that's how quick it can happen. And this guy's intent on buying Inbox Blueprint. Now, I know it's a very good program, but don't forget that these 5 guys had, Anik and Jimmy stood over them, helping them with stuff, saying do this, do that, do the other. And 14 hours down the road from you buying the program doesn't mean that you're going to be doing the same thing, or 24 hours down the road doesn't mean you're going to be doing the same, because you might be doing something wrong that you might not even realise for a week. There's niches I've been in where I think I've done everything right, but it's still not working. And other niches where I've just done what I always do, and I've made lots of money in those niches. So it's either something that's unique to that niche, that means that other things that I do don't matter, or some of the things that I'm doing impact the business either negatively or positively, for whatever reason. You've got to find sort of like an expert in that particular niche before you can move on. So anyway, I like to think I'm a little bit of an expert because I've been marketing for many years and I have got a good following online. Not that it's as big as Anik Singal. I cannot ever imagine having the numbers he's got following him, but maybe one day. But it's not about me, it's about helping others, and that's the thing I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get you to buy Inbox Blueprint because I know it's going to be good for you. Let me just move on to the next slide and see what I've written about that. Oh, why people fail to make money online. Of course, that was what I was hinting at. People fail to make money online because they don't actually do the work required. It's as simple as that. I know that because I've done other courses, and I've sometimes, but I've done courses where I haven't actually ever asked for my money back. A very, very rare occasion that I've ever asked for my money back, and that's usually been because the course as in my opinion, has been bad or has not been what was described. If it's not what it says it does if it doesn't do what it says it does on the tin, then obviously you should send it back. But if you believe hype and promises, and then it doesn't live up to its hype, then you've got to blame yourself in that sense because you believed the hype. Now, Inbox Blueprint is not any hype at all, because I can tell you I've been in business for many, many years. I was a music school owner and teacher. I had my own music school, Yamaha Music School, for 15 years. I also was a working musician and have run bands. I've been self-employed since I was 11-year-old, because even as a child entertainer I had to be self-employed for tax, national insurance purposes later on when I was a little bit older, but in the first instance paying tax on my income. So anyway, I've been self-employed for many, many years. I'm now 50-year-old. And so I've got a lot of experience in running offline businesses and online businesses, and I've run a band, several bands in fact, and running stages and been production managers jobs. I've done those in different places I've been in, stage manager jobs, and those are all like mini businesses in themselves. You have to bring acts together, you have to work with other people in a team and bring things together. So it's all about producing a finished product for entertaining audiences that come on holiday, or entertaining an audience even in nightclub venues. I've worked on ships, ferries, cruises, as a solo artist and as a member of a band, and as a ship's crew ancillary member, because I play like 10 instruments. Having a musician on board a ship that can play all those instruments, you get a band comes on the ship, and if they've got a bass player that's feeling poorly, I can stand in. Drummer, pianist, actually keyboards player, organist, guitarist, bassist, drummer, and all those roles come in to their own when you're the ship's resident musician. And lots of other jobs I do as well when I'm on, or when I was working on cruises and what have you, is you're often in charge of entertainments for a room, lining up acts and artists for bars, because there's several bars on the ship. You'd be engaged to play in some of those bars yourself. I used to play a lot in the piano lounge, and entertain, do piano lounge work and dinner dance work, play the organ in another scenario, play the accordion on the captain's table and things like that. And there's so many jobs there that to imagine you could bring all that together without having some business experience drilled into you is beyond me. Why people think that, oh well, you've been a musician all these years, how would you know anything about business? Well, that is business, especially when you try working with musicians, and you'll know that we are a hardy bunch and we know what we want where money's concerned, and trying to get everyone on the same page when you're running a band is quite hard, and then bringing it all into within budget for a club to purchase that night's entertainment, and and working out all of your travel and expenses and everything else. It's a mini business in itself. Running a band is an expensive proposition and on your time as a band leader. So anyway, there I've got lots of experience in business, and I've run my own music school, like I say. I've also been self-employed as a private music teacher as well, and now I'm self-employed as an internet marketer and network marketer, and I run several different things under that hat that I wear, running through from network marketing with my Empower Network business through to running my affiliate marketing and my own websites and my gaming websites, and having different niches that I'm in. Anyway, so let's move on to the next slide and see what we can discover about Inbox Blueprint. And the reason I just want to add why I told you all that about myself is because that I'm not just some newbie who's just an idea for a business and I think it's going to work. I know what I'm talking about. I've been in business most of my life. Certainly I've had a longer working life than most people have at the age of 50, because I've been working as self-employed since the age of 11. I was actually working in pubs and clubs when I was about 9-year-old, alongside my father when he played his accordion. He played left-handed and I played right-handed. I've played left-handed, so one of my party pieces I can actually play an accordion upside down, because I learned to play by ear with my dad, and then later on when I learned to read music, he said, it's a good idea if you turn it the right way around, because he actually plays upside down because he's left-handed. And it made a good visual because the keyboards used to sit in the middle and the bellows used to go out from either side. Anyway, so you can get that vision out of your head now, I think. And I've worked on the international circuit, and I've backed lots of artists. So I'm not just talking local clubs and pubs and that. I'm talking international circuit, where I've backed such acts as all the comedians that were in the UK, Roy Walker, Les Dennis, several others, Ken Dodd. I've done accompaniment for Bob Monkhouse. I've played. I'm just in the background musician, so nobody knows your name. You're just a person sat there when they come to a venue to do a talk, and after dinner speakers and that were renowned or celebrities, and they just want the band to back them. But you still have to have that acumen behind you before you can get those types of jobs. And I've worked for the Rank organisation as well, the ones with the big gong at the start of the film, when they send you off to places like I was sent off from one time to Athens Hilton to play in the Athens Hilton in Greece there, and that was an interesting job. Just go there for 2 days and sackload of coin in the process. Anyway, I'll tell you about that another time maybe. Anyhow, so the thing is, I do know what I'm talking about, and I've been in business a long time. Inbox Blueprint is an easy to follow ABC course, told you that. Anik and Jimmy tested Inbox Blueprint on 5 students in trying to make it online for many years, and the results they had was really astounding. But you've got to remember that don't get carried off in the hype of that. Just because they made money in 24 hours doesn't mean you're going to do. I think what you're going to do is you're going to learn a lot about internet marketing and building an email list and email marketing, and it's going to take a lot of time investment, and obviously you would probably have to invest some money into buying those services. I would think they're going to tell you about Aweber and Get Response, but they may also have another platform that they want you to join. I know that Anik Singal is big with Infusionsoft. Anyway, and some other email marketing programs and promotional companies. And I was talking about why people fail to make money online because they don't actually do the work. It's simple as that. So there is no push button method. You're not just going to. I don't think you're just going to be making money within 24 hours, but it's possible. You might start building your email list and bung it on a blog. If you've had a website that's been going for years and has got lots of traffic to it, but you're not making any money, it's probably because you haven't got an email marketing platform in with your blog or your website. And you often find that when you see failing businesses, I get people come to me and say, well, I've been trying to make money online for years and I ain't got nothing. I've had these websites and they've got loads of things going on. They're all excellent, but they've not got any continuity, no way to keep in constant contact with their clients and customers, which are hard to come by in many cases. And if that's the case, you need to make sure that when you get hold of that client, that you keep hold of them and you give them good content and quality content, which is what I'm hoping I'm doing here by just whittering on to you about my life and telling you about Inbox Blueprint. If you haven't already bought it, you want to get over there and buy it because it's certainly good. But if you're just interested in listening to me talk about myself and what information I have about this program, here we go, a little bit more. I think it takes quite a lot of study and application to a task to make what you learn work. I certainly have never found, and I've bought plenty of push button software just to prove to myself that I sort of like half believe the hype, and I don't want to believe the hype because I know it's all BS. And I'm saying, well, I can't really just trust what other people are saying to me, so why not I just buy it myself? I mean, I've got the money and the finances to do it, so all I'll do is just buy it. In many cases, the one thing that I don't like is when marketers do this. They say, oh, it's $1,000, but it's not $1,000. It's only $600. But you thought it was going to be $600, and it's not. It's not going to be $500. And they go down and down and down and down. All they're doing is devaluing their service or product. Now, if they've put a price on it and they know exactly what to charge, they should just stick to it. I think it has a lot more standing with me. Being a businessman, I know when somebody's telling me something, I've got an idea in my head of how much I might be paying for this when they're talking to me. And it depends, if you put a value on something. Now, I believe that obviously you could say, well, email marketing is a priceless thing to have in you because you can't really put a price on it. Depends on what products you've got and what the transaction value, return on investment is on whatever products or service you're selling. So if you're selling something that's a 2 cents profit, you're going to be wasting your time, spending lots of money on email marketing and promotion and adverts and PPC ads because it's never going to make your money back. But if you've got something that is going to be making you a couple of $1,000s back every time you make a sale, then sure, you need to invest in things like email marketing. And if you was talking about that, you've said, I've said before that every single business needs it, but I've just pointed out that if you were only selling a 2-dime profit item, then you don't need it. Well, what I really am saying, if you read between the lines, is if you've only got a 2-dime nickel and dime business, then forget it, you're not in business. You're just wasting your time. If you're going to be in business, you might as well be in business. It takes the same amount of work and effort to sell something that's worth $1,000 or $100. So it doesn't matter. If you're going to do all that work, you might as well sell something that's worth it. Sure, I'll put my time and investment into stuff that's going to be a big marketing campaign, like I hope this is going to be, because I know that Inbox Blueprint is going to be the biggest thing out the early part of this year, certainly for the first quarter. All the marketers are talking about it. As I right now, there's over 60,000 results on Google about Inbox Blueprint. But when you do go and have a look at a lot of the reviews, they're all talking about their own products and stuff like that. Well, I've already talked enough about it, so now we're into like part 3 of me just waffling on about myself and why you should still buy it. If I haven't convinced you to buy it already, then you need to go and buy it. Why people fail? Most fail because of wrong thinking, stinking thinking, or a broke mentality. And bad guidance as well. So if you're following people that don't know what they're doing, If you go to somebody who says, I'm a big marketer and I've got, I do all this and I do all that, and then you go and look at the website and it's a crappy website and they haven't even got email marketing on the websites themselves, and yet they're telling you to go and buy a email marketing program like this, then what do they know? They obviously haven't convinced themselves it's a valuable asset to have in your business. If anybody is promoting this and they haven't got email marketing on their website, then don't listen to them, because I don't think they know what they're talking about. To know and not to do is not to know. You know that, don't you? To know and not to actually do is not to know. I speak to people all the time, business people, at my local business link and other places and seminars and webinars and things, people online, and they often say, I know. Every time I'm telling them stuff and I say, I know. Well, they don't know because they aren't doing it. I say, well, are you going to implement it then? Oh, I might do. Well, it's simple. It's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. You need email marketing. If somebody's saying to me, with my business acumen, when I was stood where I was 20 years ago and said, what about this, that and the other, do this, I'd say, oh right, I know what you know what you're talking about. I'm in the same position where Anik Singal is, but I've already got email marketing, but I'm still going to get his course because I know it's going to be great. Anyway, so bad guidance, that's the bad guidance thing really. People are not prepared to put their money where their mouth is and do it themselves. Stinking thinking, wrong thinking and broke mentality. Oh, I can't afford this. You can't afford not to do it, that's the thing. If you say you can't afford this, whatever the price is going to be, basically you haven't thought things through, have you? Because you need to know what your return on investment is for the products or service you're offering, and then you need to think, how many emails do I need to send out on a regular basis to get those? As far as I'm aware at the moment, it's about 7 times you have to contact somebody. It depends on how susceptible they are and how ready they are to take information on board. The first time I saw this, all I had to see was the name Anik Singal, and I was interested straight away, so I read the email and then I followed the link, and if I could have bought the product there and then, I would have done. I didn't need no 7 contacts, and a lot of people are going to be like that. If you get people into your email marketing lists who are there because of a specific reason, then that's it. I have a technology blog. Literally everybody that are there are geeks like me who are interested in the technology I'm talking about. So but I won't mention it here because it's in the template. It's a totally different blog, and I don't want to tell everybody all of my different assets and niches that I've got. So guidance, I think you could follow me and safely say that I know what I'm talking about and I'm an expert. I think I'm an expert, but overall I would always tell you, listen and follow Anik Singal and Jimmy Kim. Hang out and associate with winners. That's the main point I'm talking about, really. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'll just end this one here and say, click the links in the video description, whatever those links are, because they will be taking you to the previous videos and to the videos that are yet to come, because I'm currently at slide 10 and I can't see how many else I've got to go. But I did write and do a lot of research on this, but I will repeat myself a lot and say, prepare yourself for success. That's what you've got to do. If you don't get prepared for success, you're not going to be successful. Success doesn't happen as a surprise. There's no such a thing really as overnight. I've often heard marketers say, well, my overnight success took me 30 years. Yeah, you suddenly become successful overnight, but it was the 30 years before that where you learnt all your stuff, and then one day it all just clicks. So the overnight thing is a little bit spurious really, because it's not overnight. You took 30 years to learn all the stuff, and some people are really slow like me, and then all of a sudden it clicks, and then you take it all on board and put it all into practice and say, well, I already know this and I already know that, and oh god, I should have been doing this, I learned that ages ago. And then you put it all together and boom, things start working for you. Well, luckily I did that quite a number of years back. So get with like-minded people like myself and Anik Singal and Jimmy Kim, because we are progressive, positive, forward-looking, can-do, will-do people. You won't hear me saying, I don't think you can do it. Well, you will hear me saying, I don't think you can do it, if you're the one that's saying I can't do it. And there's that thing which you've got to remember: whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right. Because if you have no belief in yourself, then you won't be able to do it. It's like the person who's going to jump a big gap between two walls, a precipice or whatever, is going to jump the gap. If you have fear and lack that judgment and skill and fear of falling and all the rest of it, you probably won't run and jump. Perhaps the fear might make you run even harder. Like when somebody's chasing you, you'd run faster than you couldn't usually run because you've got the fear chasing you. But the thing is, for whatever reason, if you think you're going to fail, you probably will do. And if you fear failure and it's on your mind all the time, whatever you focus your mind on, will probably come about because you're focusing on the wrong things. Forward-looking, will-do, can-do people, that's me. I say, I believe you can do it if you believe you can do it. And I know that if I can do it, you can do it. Because I'm nothing special. Only thing is special about me is that I've learned that you've actually got to take action and do the things. If you don't do the things, if I don't sit here and make this video and talk to you, then you're not going to believe me. And probably I'm waffling on, but there's something I'm going to say to somebody that's listening. One of you are going to take action, and one of you will be saying, well, was he know, and take things like when I say to know and not to do is not to know, and say, well, everybody knows that, and go off on a huff and not buy the product because I've told them that. But there'll be plenty of people who will say, well, that makes sense. I'll listen to Andy Gold and do what he suggests. I can't force you to buy it. If I could, I'd have your arm twisted up your back now and have your wallet out. Okay? Because I know it's going to be good for you. Let your ego go. You can't do this alone. You need help from other successful people. Now I'm going to help you. I'm trying to help you now, but I'm helping you make this decision that it's going to be good. You can see, if you cannot see that I believe and trust Anik Singal and Jimmy Kim, specifically Anik Singal because I've more experience with Anik, and personal experience at that. I've been in his PPC classroom, as I said before, and you can trust him. It's as simple as that. If you don't think you can trust him, you can always have your money back, and that isn't building trust. I don't understand people that say, oh, it was a load of crap and I asked my money back, whatever program they've been in, and I wouldn't ever go in and go off and bad mouthing that person. The person's done exactly what he said. I could say I know of a really top quality marketer who I didn't like the products, and I bought the products mistakenly thinking it was something else, and I didn't understand it, and I asked the guy for the money back, and he gave me the money back straight away. And that was a $1,500 purchase, right? I haven't got a bad word. I won't tell you who it is, but I haven't got a bad word for that guy. If anything, anybody says anything about him bad, I'll say, well, he gave me my money back. I had no problems with him, and I'd buy something of his again at a drop of a hat, because I know that if I don't like it, he'll do what he did before, give me my money back. But I know that you're gonna buy Inbox Blueprint because you've stayed with me so long, and when you buy it, you're going to be so happy, and you're going to be thankful that you've listened to people like myself and Anik Singal. Ego could be defined as edging out guidance. I used to think I knew it all, but the more I learned, the more I realised how little I actually knew. I like that. Anyway, I thought I'd stick that in just before I say ciao for now. I'm going to cut that one there, and this is, I think it's part 3. Let me just remind myself what I put in my slide. Yes, part 3. So, I'm just watching my son playing a bit of Xbox, and I'm going to come back in a second when I've had a coffee and make another, hopefully the last part of this epic video trail. I might release these on different days, although I'm making this one on the 8th. I'll maybe make that tomorrow, put this one on for the 9th and 10th, and release them each day. You might be listening to this video and watching it in a year's time, so just because I'm talking now in 2014 doesn't mean that Anik Singal and Jimmy Kim's Inbox Blueprint is out of date, right? And I'm not just saying that. I'll tell you for why, because like I told you before, I studied with Anik before and learned a lot of email marketing principles, which are still true today. And even before that, I did study specifically email marketing with Michael Cheney. And although I don't see a lot of him around these days, he was a very experienced, and still is as far as I'm concerned, experienced and wealthy marketer, and knew his stuff. And I learnt my email marketing, my primary in introduction to email marketing was with him, and I bought his course. I think it was called 11 Days to List Profits. There, I can still remember it. And I did have a glance through some of the videos, but I don't remember the title. I've still got the videos. And even though they are old hat now, the principles and the stuff he was teaching in there is still excellent. It's still the same stuff. It's just that anybody getting it now who's new to it probably won't understand and have a harder time watching Michael Cheney's 11 Days to List Profits, rather than just getting Anik Singal's, which will be bang up to date and with all the modern techniques. And don't forget, there's been a lot more modern advances since Michael Cheney did it. And that's the reason why I'll be getting Inbox Blueprint. I keep calling it Inbox Blueprint because that's the title I've got as a working title, but I know that it's also called Inboxing, so if you see this as Inboxing, that's what it is. And I'm telling you that it is a good product to buy. Make sure that you get it. It's going to be a valuable asset in your business, and you've got to learn how to use it and got to work it and put the work in. Just buying it alone and not doing anything will not make you any money. You've got to physically work the product and put in the hard work. And if you don't like the sound of that, then don't buy it. Go back to your day job and forget being wealthy online or making money online, because I know of no method that you can just switch a button on and get paid. And wealthy marketers will tell you that you can do that, but they don't tell you all the stuff in the background that you have to do and learn, and to get things working. And if you did do something like that, then you wouldn't probably know what to fix if anything went wrong, or how to fix it. And business is a complex thing. If it was easy and it was just push button, everybody'd be doing it. And you've only got to watch a few others of these reviews, although I'm not specifically going to say any one particular review, but God, I must have watched, I don't know, 30 or 40 reviews, and out of all that there was only about 2 of them that were any good. That's why I decided to make these reviews. So I know I'm waffling a little bit now, but hopefully I'm saying something to you that will trigger a response to buy. If you're interested in finding out more about Inbox Blueprint, then continue on and watch the next video, which I'll put a link to in the video description somewhere on this page. Remember to go to twitter.com/AndyGold. Go and visit my website. Websites make money. If you follow my link to get more information about Inbox Blueprint, you will also, I'm asking you to jump through a little hoop for me and sign up for my email. It's not double opt-in, although I would like it to be, but I just didn't want to give you too much to do, because you have to go to your email box and sign up again and then click on the link and all that blah blah blah. I might change it, I don't know, but as far as I know at the moment, I've set it to a single email thing. But I just wanted to make sure I can give you a little bit more information about it in email. So and I'll try and send you other information I have that will hopefully help you in business, whatever type of business you're doing, especially if it's online business. And what I want you to do is to then go and sign up for Anik Singal's free book that he's giving you, which will help you earn a lot of money. And I will try and keep you updated as much as I can on what Inbox Blueprint is about and how I get on with it in the future. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video as well, that will help me, and that will be by way of a little gratitude for you to say thank you very much for making this lengthy video. And hopefully you've learned a little bit about me and about business online and stuff like that. And if I can help you any more in the next video, I'll try and think of something more promising to say to you, I suppose. Anyway, this has been Andy Gold. I've just enjoyed waffling on to you, and thank you very much for your time.